Ever wonder what's really going on when you instantly like someone, or when you find yourself trusting a complete stranger? Well, we're about to decode those invisible forces. We're going to pull back the curtain on the hidden psychology that, believe it or not, kind of runs our world. But hang on, before we dive in, I have a real question for you. Why are you actually watching this? I mean, really, what made you stop scrolling and hit play? And what's keeping you here right now? You know, the answer is pretty simple. Our brains are hardwired to understand attraction and social power. It's a deep-seated survival instinct. And the algorithms that curate your entire online life? Oh yeah, they know this about you better than you know it yourself. Stick with me, and I promise I'll show you exactly how it all works. All right, first up, let's talk about this massive shortcut our brain takes, one that completely shapes our reality the second we meet someone. It's called the attractiveness bias, and it's running in the background of your mind all the time. Now, this bias is powered by a psychological quirk called the halo effect. A psychologist named Edward Thorndike figured this out way back in 1920. Here's the gist. When we see just one thing we like about someone, say they're physically attractive, our brain just creates this halo around them, and we automatically assume everything else about them must be great too. So here's what that looks like in the real world. On the left, you've got what we actually see, a physically attractive person. Simple fact. But our brain, it doesn't stop there. It makes this huge, unconscious leap and just assumes that person must also be smarter, more successful, kinder, and way more trustworthy. It's a crazy jump to a conclusion that we don't even realize we're making. And listen to this. This is from Thorndike's original paper from 1920. He saw that military officers couldn't rate their soldiers on specific things like leadership or smarts. Nope, they were totally swayed by their overall general feeling about the guy. If they liked him, he was good at everything. If they didn't, he was bad at everything. That one feeling colored all the rest. Okay, so just how powerful is this effect? Get ready for this. A famous study had guys grade an essay. Now, when they thought the author was an attractive woman, a terribly written essay got a jaw-dropping 92% higher score than the exact same essay when they thought the author was unattractive. Seriously, let that sink in. The work was identical. The only thing that changed was the face they attached to it. But wait, this isn't just some random brain fart. These biases we have, they're rooted in something way, way deeper. We're talking about an ancient code that's been programming our desires for thousands of years. We're now getting into evolution's hidden rules. You can actually see how our understanding of this has grown over the last century. It kicked off with Thorndike and his halo effect in 1920. Then, in the 70s, studies came out that basically confirmed, yep, our brains have a what is beautiful is good stereotype built in. And it all came together in the 90s with David Buss's groundbreaking work, which put all these pieces together into one big theory. So Buss's team studied over 10,000 people across 37 different cultures, and what they found was wild. Our desires aren't random at all. They're following a very old script. We have these universal strategies for finding a partner, all shaped by ancient survival challenges. And that's why things like health, kindness, or having resources are seen as attractive pretty much everywhere. Because for our ancestors, those were huge green flags for a good partner. Look, understanding these deep psychological triggers, it's a superpower. But like any superpower, it can be used for good, or it can be twisted and used for control. And that's where we step into the dark side of persuasion. So let's think about that. What happens when someone else understands your deep need for connection, for validation, for feeling wanted, and they decide to use it as a weapon against you? Well, it often starts with something called love bombing. And this is not just a whirlwind romance. It's a tactic. It's about overwhelming you with praise and affection to create this super intense bond really fast. You get hooked on that feeling, and that's when the control starts. And then you have negging. This is the art of the backhanded compliment. Something like, wow, I love your hair. It's so much better than it was yesterday. It's designed to just slightly knock your confidence, making you feel like you have to work to get their approval. It flips the whole power dynamic. And maybe the scariest of them all is gaslighting. This is where someone systematically makes you question your own reality. They'll say things like, you're being crazy, or that never happened. Over time, it completely erodes your ability to trust your own mind, which makes you so much easier to control. Okay, we've hit cognitive bias, evolutionary psychology, and even dark manipulation,
But remember that question I asked you at the very beginning? Why are you still watching? Well, it's time to reveal the final piece of the puzzle, the code that explains this whole explainer itself.
This whole presentation was built on a proven formula for going viral. Step 1, social currency. I gave you cool concepts like the halo effect so you feel in the know. Step 2, trigger emotions. That whole dark side section, total anxiety and curiosity trigger. Step 3, interrupt the pattern. Asking you that direct question at the start was designed to snap you out of passive watching. And that 92% stat was a shocker. And finally, step 4, deliver value. This right now is the aha moment, showing you how it was all done. And that right there is the ultimate secret to why things catch on. You don't just share something because it's cool. You share it because of what sharing it says about you. It's a way of saying, hey, I'm the kind of smart, insightful person who gets this stuff. You're boosting your own social status. So there you have it. We've pulled back the curtain on the psychology of desire, of influence, of virality itself. You now have the tools to see the hidden scripts running in every conversation, in the media you watch, and even inside your own head. So the only real question left is, now that you know the code, how